But backgammon, like life, is like 30% luck. So it's like a metaphor because there is a lot of luck.
Out of five, anybody could win.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
But if play 3 out of 5, the better player is going to win.
Of course.
Patrick bet David, May 22nd.
Oh my gosh. So he just said it's May 22nd. I don't know when this is going to air. So who's going to win the presidential race and why?
Who's going to win the presidential race and why? I think right now, if it ended today, right? If it ended today and you looked at the states, Wisconsin, Biden has, you can go through the others. Trump has a big lead, I believe, in Arizona and another state by 11 points, 50-39. He's got a 3-2 and 11-point lead on the 6 states that matter. They're not even looking at North Carolina right now. They're like, no, it's going to be his. It's red. We don't even want to report it as a battleground. No, not even reporting it. So if it ends today, it's him that's going to win it. However, it's not ending today. The amount of gamification that could happen between now and November 5th, it's endless. Gamification, manipulation, you call it. There's a lot of things you can do. So for me, there's a part of me where on the left side of my shoulder, it's a guy that says, future looks bright. It's going to be great. We're going to take over. It's going to be awesome. America's going to be the greatest country in the world and everything's going to be okay, right? And there's another guy on this side that's super paranoid. But what if?
But why would they be paranoid? It's not like
So my take on it is that, just to answer the question flat out, it's whoever the Democrat Party machine nominates, whether that's Biden or somebody else, whoever they nominate will be the president. That's just my prediction. I don't know. I'm not even in the prediction business. He just asked the question. I'm out of the prediction business, but that's who I think, because I don't trust the process. It's already been tainted. We talk about the trials, and there's a lot involved here going after the alternate electors from 2020, waiting. They could have went after them at any moment and waiting, for most of them, waiting until right in the election season. If our elections were held in a trustworthy fashion between Trump and whoever the Democrats put up, Trump would win in a landslide. But that's not what's going to happen. That's not what I expect. If that happens, fine. That's good. I mean, it's better than Biden, but I don't expect that.
like they're gonna like unleash a lab-grown virus on the world, or like
they would never do that.
Provoke race riots and burn down your cities. Like I don't think they wouldn't go that far.
Why would they do such a thing? They're unifiers. They're not trying to divide. You know that, Tucker. You're being a little bit too speculative.
I get cynical.
Yeah.
So I think what you're saying is, you know, if it plays out as elections are supposed to play out on the basis of what the population wants, then Trump has a big advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But you are open to the possibility that there will be some sort of manipulation of the country.
Oh, there's no question. Only the paranoid survive. And there's never been a time where we need to be paranoid about what could happen the next few months. Never.
Yeah, I mean, that's up to the people that we vote for to do it. I mean, we got to go to work and do what we got to do. I mean, I can't be paranoid about that. I can't really do anything directly about it. I voted for you. You go do it. If you don't do it, then I fire you. That's how I can handle it. But to be more specific, I don't think it's going to be a virus or anything like that. It looks to me like the illegals, that there might be something to that. I haven't dug into it closely enough, but they're not trying to get people out to vote because that doesn't help Biden. I've talked about that. Most people, Trump, if you bring out the same people who voted in 2020, Trump wins more of them. So that's why you're not seeing celebrities endorse Biden. You're not really seeing a big push other than Mark Hamill, who's a washed up has-been. Maybe they know the demographic that he's in. You know, people who like him would vote for Biden. I don't know. And they had the different world cast come through the White House, which was really cringe. But they're targeting the blacks my age, who 90% tend to be for Democrats, but they're not even trying to get the blacks out. So I think illegals is the thing. If I had to guess what the thing is coming down to, it's the same problems with the process, but then illegals on top of that.
All of a sudden, you show up saying you want to debate June 27th. I debated him.
Again, somehow illegals voting somehow in the swing states. That's all that matters.
2 times, and I beat him 2 times. You want it? Come on, tough guy. June 27th. and then you read the details, mic's going to go off the moment time's up. 2, 0 audience. Why are we doing 0 audience? Well, we're just going back to the way it was with Nixon and Kennedy.
I don't want an audience. I don't have a problem with that. Mics turn up. I don't have a problem with the mics turning off, so I don't have a problem with those.
And then the next day, 50 articles come out. We're becoming traditional on how this whole thing about debate on TV started with Nixon and Kennedy with no audience. That's the right way to do it, so the audience can decide for themselves who the better debater is. But listen, the last time we did without an audience was in 1960, whatever the timeline was with those two. We've always had an audience.
What's the argument for an audience? I don't need a damn audience. I want it in person, but I don't need an audience. I don't understand that.
The audience, well, you guys got to keep it down. But they know what's going to happen, where he's going to have his moments where he says, because you'd be in jail. And they're worried about those things. However,
so what?
Here's what's...
He has plenty of time. Vivek, his moments were when he had time.
What's going to happen? I think as much as they try to protect him to kind of see what's going to happen with that, what percentage of people do you think that consume the debate are the type that consume highlight reels like a game? I don't watch full games, but I'll watch a highlight reel.
That's a good point. I mean, yeah, they're trying to minimize that, but you still have your whole time to get highlight reels in.
Right. I'll watch Sports Center. I'll watch some of the clips on Twitter to see, oh, look at this. Oh, wow, good for these guys. They won. What percentage you think of voters are going to watch the entire thing on TV, on CNN, versus what percentage you think are going to get the highlight reels on Instagram and Twitter? What do you think?
I mean, I think it's overwhelming the percentage who will watch portions of it rather than the whole thing.
You think it's 80-20?
No,
least.
more than
Okay,
that.
so who cares?
Oh, way more than that. I mean, we're talking about 95 plus.
So part of me is like, okay, go ahead. Do what you want to do with this, right? Because the clips on this side...
But see, you see a network TV is curated and online is curated. Maybe that's why he's okay with debating, Joe.
That they're going to cut it, edit it, put it out there. The audience is going to go at it. You're going to see the polls. You're going to see the reactions. You're going to see who's going to be better editors. Nowadays, the better editing team, creating better clips in a fast manner with the right music, with the right creative, B-roll and things you add to it. Trump's camp's a better marketer. They've always been better marketers. The other side has no clue how to do marketing.
But maybe the bar is lower for Biden. I mean, you see these clips of him daily drooling and mangling names and identifying his sister as his wife, and he's just so out of it. And then they juice him up on something to the point where, as at the State of the Union, he seems sort of non-senile. So maybe if he pulls that off, why doesn't Trump just say, like, what drugs are you on? Why don't you disclose that?
Maybe he will. Maybe he'll ask it. And, saying the things about calling his sister his wife, that's his personal business. It's not your business, Tucker. I mean, I don't know why you're getting
how he arranges his personal life.
I don't know if you've ever.
Yeah, let's take a side mission on this for Joe Biden. PBD, Patrick Bet David there. The online curation is a topic you have to talk about here. Because when you talk about the clips, it's not just clipping them up. It's who gets to see the clip. Who's in control of seeing the clips? X, the CEO of X is on the World Economic position. So you have X, Facebook, we already know their position, Instagram, Meta, YouTube. You already know their positions. That's why everybody's doing safe videos on YouTube, most everyone. Let's take a look at Joe Biden. I still don't think this is going to happen. I don't think the debate's going to happen. A reporter is forced, this is today, May 23rd, forced to repeat her question for Biden, who proceeds to read his entire answer from a pre-written note in his binder.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all your question.
Sorry, I'm saying Africa is asking America to lead the way and double its contribution to the World Bank's international development assistance to help developing countries to access financing to alleviate debt distress and to tackle climate change. What is your commitment on this?
We made a major commitment to this. Number one, as I said, the United States has long championed international financial institutions that provide low-cost concessional resources to the poorest developing countries, including from the IMF. To that end, my administration helped design and establish the IMF's new initiative that provides low-cost funding for countries that are taking steps to enhance their resilience. Important partners in Africa have the capital needs to ensure they have the capital they need to invest in their futures. We heard them and we stand with them. Now, that's why we've worked with Congress to enable the United States to make available in the coming weeks up to $21 billion in new lending resources to the IMF Trust Fund that provides concessional lending to the poorest countries. It's a little like, having to go when you're in debt, having to go and find someone to help you out. That's what this is about. We believe supporting friends and this partnership is happy. We're happy to do our part.
That's the president of the United States. Let me just say this. If he's going to talk about the country Niger, make sure that you put the pronunciation on the teleprompter for him.
Middle MAGA.